o'clock, so I will call to order the Human Services Committee. Please call the roll.
Chair Swarzy?
Here.
Member Childress?
Yes.
Member Garcia?
Here.
Member Desart?
Here.
Member Galassi?
Here.
Member LaPlante?
Hey, do you have any public comments?
No public comment.
Okay, seeing none, with regards to my remarks, if you guys recall, of that $5 million we earmarked for food, $1 million of that has been also earmarked for capital, long-term sort of capital projects. The application process will be opening soon if it hasn't opened already, and I'll have Mary talk about that when she's given her report. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that.
Mary?
Or
I wasn't sure if it opened yet?
It's open,
Okay.
it's ready to go. So I know there's an announcement that's going out to all the pantries. So we're up and running. We got 60 days, which takes us into December.
I'm sorry,
so
what does that even mean? Capital? We earmarked money for food and now it's going toward what kind of
$1
capital?
million of it is for long-term. You wanna
Yeah,
share
so
that? Okay.
just a rundown of the $5 million that we did carve
Yeah.
out for food. We had 1.75 that went to the Northern Illinois Food Bank for fresh produce. We had 1.5 million in two different allocations that went. They were financial grants to individual pantries. Now we've set aside $1 million for capital for equipment. So that's refrigerators, freezers, forklifts, vehicles, our IT equipment, software, laptops, that kind of thing. So that's what that $1 million.
And I'm sure that's important, but we had voted for this money to go toward food. So when did that?
No, there was always,
No.
the $5 million always had a component for long-term investments, which would be capital. That was always included in the
All right,
plan.
thank you.
Mhm.
People are hungry. Our families are
No.
hungry and lining up and
We
it's
do
even getting
understand that,
worse.
yeah.
As groceries get more and more expensive for families, it's just, food is a huge concern of mine, as I know it is yours as well.
Just,
Yeah, just to add into this, but they're also in need of like freezers and
I understand, to keep the
coolers to
food
keep the
fresh.
food cool.
I
So that's, otherwise it's gonna go bad. So it's a balancing act, quite
My
honestly.
goal was actually to talk about this, Mary's, but since we're talking about it, Mary, go ahead.
so then there's still 700,000 left from that $1 million that will be making a determination of what combination we'll do in terms of extension of the Northern Illinois Food Bank contract or financial grants to the pantries. And then, as you know, Chair Conroy in her 2024 budget has proposed $1.5 million. So we still have 2.25 million that can be used specifically for food. And if we don't get $1 million worth of requests for equipment, we'll roll that into food.
Mary Catherine, since we're on this subject, the application portal opened Monday. So it's yesterday, and it's open and it's good for 60 days. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, on to approval of the minutes. I'll take a motion to approve item 233337, the Human Services Committee regular meeting, Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. I have a motion, a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. Now the fun part of this meeting, and I see we have a lot of people here. We are going to recognize length of service awards. So I'm going to turn this over to Mary Keating.
Sure, thank you.
And Mary, we'll have you introduce both of our award-winning staff, and then we'll do a picture up at the end with everybody.
Sounds great.
Okay.
I was going to say half of senior services is here, but it's actually not half. It looks like senior services has about 80 people in the whole department. But one of my favorite things about I love doing these length of service awards. I especially love doing them in the seniors unit, shows up all the time to recognize their coworkers. And I just think it's just a really nice indication of how they work as a team. So first up, we're going to call on Christine Schmidt. I'm going to ask Natasha and Kristen come up as well. So one of the things about the seniors unit is that I see these folks in the office sometimes, but not a lot, because their job is to be out in the community helping seniors. And so Christine, I've seen her around for 15 years. I know she does a tremendous job. And she's out there so she's in the community care program, which is the program where our case managers go into the homes of seniors. They do a full assessment to see what kind of supports the seniors need in their home in order to allow them to stay in their home as long as possible. And they do it with great care and with great compassion. They work in some very challenging environments, some sad stories, some lovely stories. And Christine is just one of those people who just brings great dedication to her work. I'll let Kristen say a few more words.
So Christine, as mentioned, has been with us for 15 years and is a vital part of our unit, providing resources to our seniors in the community who at times are dealing with various crises. And she's been connecting people to our vital resources for a long time. And she really, we could not work without Christine. She's a really great part of our team and a really dedicated staff person. She shows up every day. We appreciate her very much.
You want pictures?
We'll
With
do
both-
we'll do a group picture
Group,
with after.
Okay,
after,
great.
But, and Christine, thank you very much. Nothing else you want to say at this point?
No, thanks.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, next up is Elisa. With our Choices for Care program, I see these folks in the office even less because their offices are in the hospitals throughout the community. So the Choices for Care staff visit every senior who's being discharged from a hospital into long-term care. There's a couple of objectives to that meeting. They first make sure that they do, it's called a mini assessment, right? Somebody correct me. MMSE, yeah, right, yeah, of course, and a down score, determination of need. So they make sure that the senior is eligible to go to long-term care. They look at Medicaid options for that. So it's an eligibility screening. But I think almost more importantly, it's to make sure that the senior understands what their options are. That if they don't want to go to long-term care, what are the options for community-based care? And then if they are going into long-term care, they make sure the senior understands what their rights are and understands what the ombudsman work also of our department does. So they work hand in hand with the staff at every hospital. They're a vital member of the discharge team for each of the hospitals. And hundreds of seniors, thousands of seniors probably every year get a visit from one of our Choices for Care managers. Jeannie is her manager.
Yes, so I've been blessed to have Elisa as my right-hand lady for the past 6 years. I've known Elisa for the full 20 years. We've worked kind of side by side in different programs, but I became her manager 6 years ago. I know our staff will back me up when I say Elisa is the most patient person you will ever meet. She is our trainer. She's trained all of our interns, all of our new staff. She has a heart of gold. Anytime I don't know something, I immediately call on her. She's wonderful. I ask her anything. She was a CCP case manager for 6 years. Then she came over to Choices. She was a lead at Elmhurst Hospital. And then in 2015, she became our case manager coordinator, so our trainer. So love her to death. She's, as everyone says, whenever they graduate out of training that they have to divorce Elisa, and nobody wants to divorce Elisa. So it just shows you what a wonderful person she is. So we're very glad.
Oh, yeah, please speak.
No, I was just gonna say thank you to Director Keating, to Jeannie, to Administrator Natasha, to the board committee for your continued support for seniors. And just thank you to our team in senior services. It's been wonderful. It's been a privilege. And it's made the 20 years go by really fast. Like I blinked and it's 20 years already. So yeah, thank you guys for coming today too. So thanks again.
Board like to make any comments? Yes.
Congratulations, and I've said this before to your whole staff. I love these events, and obviously you guys are doing something right because they happen very frequently. So congratulations to the recipients and to the team and management that are keeping everyone here for so long.
Remember to start.
Congratulations. And congratulations to you. And I just wanted to add to Member Galassi that it really speaks so highly of your team and everything you do, that all of these colleagues showed up to support you. I think that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And coming from me too, I'll echo what you just heard. You know, I think that this committee thinks this is probably the most important committee in the county, and to have people serving for as long as you guys have served just shows, you know, just shows really what type of people you are. And we're very, very grateful. And again, obviously, everybody likes you guys because look at you. So thank you very much. And let's get a quick photo with the board members and staff. And
Don't know where we're gonna do
I know.
let's,
Over this way.
Actually, you know what might be easiest is if we can clear that area and put you guys over there. That might be nice. Board recipients, I think that's all I'm gonna have room for. And
wherever you can.
And then we need a team picture.
Yeah, they will do that.
Could I ask you folks to just scooch a little this way? Thank you.
So sorry. All you clowns.
Oh, because we like that. Not you.
Oh,
No.
No, John's doing the official one.
We just moved those chairs up here so they don't look so awkward.
Sorry.
Hang on, yes. Okay, great. Now, I love you. I need you to move. Oh, that's great. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Oh,
Sorry.
thank you.
Thanks, Kristen.
Thank you guys.
Sunitha.
While they are leaving the room, I have one more agenda item on my chairman's remarks, and you guys have all got this flyer about the Fall Fest of Willowbrook this Saturday. So I know Chair Conroy is encouraging people to go, and I think human services staff will be there as well, so you can make it a great event, so thank you. Okay, on to our community services agenda. I'll take a motion to approve item FIR 23923, acceptance and appropriation of additional funding of the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, HHS grant fiscal year 23 intergovernmental agreement from $3,291,193 to $3,718,038, an increase of $426,845. I didn't hear. Do we get a motion in a second? Okay. Any questions or comments?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Take a motion to approve FIR 24023, acceptance and appropriation of the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, State Grant Plan Year 24, Intergovernmental Agreement Number 24254028, in the amount of $5,528,383. You have a motion, a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Take a motion to approve item HSR 6223, approval of issuance of payments by DuPage County to energy assistance providers through the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, HHS grant, fiscal year 23 in the amount of $367,086. We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Take a motion to approve item HSR 6323, approval of issuance of payments by DuPage County to energy assistance providers through the Low Income Home Energy Assistance
Second.
Program, state grant, plan year 24, in the amount of $4,643,841. We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? Yes, member you.
All right. So, thank you, Chair Schwartzy. I just wanted to ask, so I remember last week during county board, there was an appropriation of like $1.9 million for LIHEAP, and this time, it's now in the amount of like 5.5 million. So was there an increase? Is it coming from different sources? And then ultimately there was the appropriation to the different energy providers, and now it's, 4.6. So all that money is obviously being drawn down, but could you just
So,
explain
yeah,
more about
LIHEAP is funded through multiple sources, both from the state and federal government. They come as separate, grants, so they're a separate appropriation. They all end up basically in the same pot of money. And then once we appropriate the money, some of the funds go to support our staff, and then the vast majority of the funds go to ComEd and NICOR. So that's why you'll see an appropriation for $5 million and issue of payments of $4 million, whatever, however that math works out.
Okay, got it.
And then the first two items are related to the 23 grant, and then I think it's the first two, and then the second two are related to 2024. So we're often, particularly this time of year, we're kind of working in two different grant years with, 2 or 3 different sources, so it gets a little complicated.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. I'll take a motion to approve item HSP 7223, awarding resolution issued to Chicago United Industries Ltd. to furnish, deliver, and install Energy Star appliances for the weatherization program for community services for the period of October 29, 23 to October 28, 24, for a contract total of $67,367. We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Take a motion to approve item 233338, recommendation for approval of a third modification to a Home Investment Partnership Act agreement with DuPage Pads, extending the project completion date through February 29, 2024. We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. I will take a motion to approve item HSR 6423, DuPage Care Center rate increase.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? Yes, member.
I just want to say congratulations to Janelle and everybody over at the Care Center. Newsweek has named the DuPage County Care Center among the state's best nursing homes, and I just think that's wonderful, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And to your staff.
Thank you.
Thank you, member Sard. I appreciate you bringing that up. Any other questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. Take a motion to approve item HSP 7323, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Medline Industries, Inc. for replacement mattresses for the DuPage Care Center for the period October 25th, 23 through October 24th, 24, for a contract total not to exceed $49,060.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Take a motion to approve item HSP 7423, a recommendation for the approval of a contract to Pulmonary Exchange Ltd. for the rental of a respiratory care equipment for the DuPage Care Center for the period November 20th, 2023 through November 19th, 2024, for a contract total not to exceed $45,000. You have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. Take a motion to approve item HSP 7523, a recommendation for the approval of a contract to Valdez Supply to furnish and deliver paper products as needed for the DuPage Care Center for the period December 1st, 23 through November 30th, 24 for an amount not to exceed $87,000. We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. I'll take a motion to approve budget transfer item number 233339, a budget transfer to cover the cost of an employee's tuition reimbursement for fiscal year 23 in the amount of $2,500. We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. I'll take a motion to approve item 233340, a budget transfer to transfer funds to accommodate flex benefit earnings that paid out in lieu of covering medical insurance in the amount of $600. We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. On to residency waivers and Janelle.
Residency waivers today.
Okay. And DuPage Care Center update, please.
Unfortunately, we're dealing with a COVID outbreak. I'm wearing a mask, one, because of that, just to protect everybody. Not that we think we have it. I don't mean to imply that, but just to protect everyone from bringing it to our residents, excuse me. And also because I have a new grandbaby at home. I'm excited about that. So we had COVID on one unit for probably almost a month, and I think we've done an outstanding job of containing it. We have situations where residents, we can't keep them from going out. They go out to funerals or family gatherings, and that's generally not a good, it's kind of risky for them. So we've had a couple instances where they've come back and then had COVID. Just this weekend, we had one from another unit. And so we're pretty disappointed by that another unit has to go on quarantine, but nonetheless, we still follow our standards that are pretty stringent, but that's how we've been so successful. So just want to share that with you. Any questions on that before? For construction, they are preparing a color storyboard for me. So I will bring that so you can all see the things that we've chosen. We're trying to keep everything pretty neutral with classic, timeless. And so then we can just add touches of whatever's contemporary in the moment, and over years swap that out. So that's our goal there. And along with that, new construction, one of the things that they identified was like our fire dampers and chutes that go between the floor for fire prevention. They are holding us to new construction standards on those. That's a little different. We didn't expect it, but nonetheless, we even took it a step further in how we're addressing that issue, just to always be ahead of what the expectation is for fire safety. So just wanted you to be aware of that. That's my report. Any other questions for me? Yes.
What is your grandchild, male or female?
It's
and
a
their
boy. His
name?
name is Noah.
Noah, I love it.
Yep.
Congratulations,
Thank
that's
you.
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Janelle. And again, echoing Member Dessart's congratulations on being ranked third.
You know, thank you. It's one thing to get to the 5-star ratings, and it's harder to sustain. So that's our goal. We'll just keep pushing, right?
Yes.
She's laughing. It's like you're there, and now it's like, don't do anything.
Don't do anything.
Mess it up. So, but thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And I want to thank Joan Olson for putting out a press release on that, because what that does is it gets more people interested in coming to the DuPage Care Center and using it for their loved ones. So thank you, Joan. On to our community services update, Mary Keating.
Okay, just a couple of things. You might remember last week, we had an extension of the weatherization contract. Remember, you asked if there was just that one contractor who would be doing everything, and I said yes. And then we talked about the fact that the bid was out on the street to get multiple contractors. I'm very happy to announce that we had 5 companies bid. So we have 2 for the mechanical work and 3 for the architectural work. I want to thank particularly Nick in procurement and Gina and Dave Watkins, who put in an enormous amount of work to completely revamp the way that we've procured for weatherization. What that will do is honestly create competition amongst the contractors. So the more quickly and the higher quality you perform, the more work you're going to get. So I'm very happy that we're able to go back to a model that we did 15 or 20 years ago. This is how we used to do it, and now we're able to go back. So very happy about that. But because there were 5 bids to review, and it took a tremendous amount of staff work to get all of that done, we didn't make the deadline for this meeting. So we'll be taking those bids directly to Finance and Board next week. We'll be discharging the Human Services Committee. Talked with Member Schwarzy about that, and he was good with it. So those contracts will take effect, I think, November 1st. So we want to make sure that we get them next week. And then just the other thing, we have a community services block grant advisory committee at 11:30 this morning. I know your strategic planning session starts at 12:30. Regardless of,
It says 12.
it says 12 or immediately after technology.
Okay, so you think it'll be more like 12:30?
I don't know, that's a Jason question.
there was a lot on
I think
technology.
it'll be 12 because we don't have.
Okay, so we understand the board, that the strategic planning session is extremely important, and so we will make sure that we do any action items on the CSBG where we need a quorum, we'll do that first. So then if board members need to move to the strategic planning session, they can do so.
Any questions for Mary? Thank you very much. Do we have any old business? Seeing none, do we have any new business? Okay, take a motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Board members, Chairman Schwarzy has a copy of the picture in his email, which he can send.
Yes, I will do that, yes. Are you talking about the press